Mic drop.
Grab a drink, sit back, and relax because it's time for Tea with KP.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tea with KP. We are coming off of a very long opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm so excited to chat with you all this week. We're not going to be talking all about Halloween Horror Nights. We're going to be doing a little question and answer. Since I'm still in recovery from this crazy weekend and week we had at Universal, I have never walked so much on a Universal trip. I swear I was doing like 25,000 plus steps a day. It was a lot of walking. So I'm exhausted. So we're just going to be hanging out this week, answering some of your questions, and I can't wait to get into them. Some of the questions are a little unhinged, so that will be fun, as always. Let's start off with KP's tea of the day. I'm very excited because we have our very first viewer sent in shirt. My friend Kayla has an Etsy shop and Shopify, Magic Tea Boutique. You can follow them on Instagram. The link in her bio shows you everything you need to know. It has all these really cool themed Harry Potter Universal shirts, and it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those episodes, y'all. And she has one of these. Wait, what? I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, anyway, back to the t-shirts. She sent me this one. I love this one so much because I always do a British accent. Like, people say, Krystal, where did that come from? Because I'll just be talking and all of a sudden it just comes out like I'm British. I don't know. Maybe it's like a nervous thing or something. But I do my little British accent. I have a lot of UK mates. So if you're from the UK, let me know in the comments how my accent is. Anyway, here it says, honestly, Ron, they're just sweets with a little chocolate frog. I think this is the cutest tea. So thank you so much, Kayla. Be sure to check her shop out, Magic Tea Boutique. Get you ready for your vacation or just loungewear, honestly. Like, I'm going to wear this all the time. Honestly, Ron, they're just sweets. I love that saying too. And that was KP's tea of the day. So be sure to stay tuned for next week to see what tea we'll be wearing then. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Like I said, I am running on energy level 0. I had a Celsius today. I had just some Starbucks at 7 p.m. to like pump me up a little bit more, and the Starbucks helped, I have to say. But, you know, coming off of the theme park vacations, they always say, you need a vacation after your vacation. It's not a vacation, especially when you are filming and running around HHN, trying to get all the content. We did Volcano Bay before Premium Scream Night. Be sure to check out all those videos. And I actually attended my very first Universal Orlando media event. So I had like so much emotion, adrenaline, excitement, nervousness leading up to that. And that's why I think I just like totally crashed after. It was like, oh, like, you know, it was like a release of just everything bottled up. But I had the best time. Be sure to go like that video, comment on that video. Even if you don't want to see the houses, just give it a like, give it a support, please. Thank you. But I was so honored, so happy to be invited, and I had the best time ever at the media event. So let's get into the episode today. All right, I have my questions I asked on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, be sure to @thekrystalpalace_. And I also asked on my YouTube community page, which you're on right now. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for asking questions. And I kind of compiled them into categories. So the categories are personal, Universal / theme parks, and Rangers / sports. And I have to say, my printer is shot, and I had to write some of these in because it didn't really print out well. So bear with me. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Let me know also in the chat right now, in the comments, are you going to HHN this year? Have you went already? What was your favorite? What house are you most excited for? Okay. Let's go. Personal questions. Should we start with personal? Should we start with Universal? Let's start with Universal, since we're on the topic of Halloween Horror Nights. Which is your favorite Universal park? As a Brit, like I said, that's like me, you know, I'm from England. I actually am English. Anyway, traveling to Orlando in October, there for 7 days staying at the Hard Rock Hotel. Do you think 2 days in Universal and 2 days in Islands is sufficient to see everything? We also booked for HHN on the final Sunday of October. Do you recommend staying in the park and going to HHN from there? yes, 2 days in Universal, 2 days in Islands is perfect. I always recommend 4 days to really take everything in. My first Universal trip, we did 4 days, and it was a perfect amount of time to take your time, make sure you do every ride. But not only that, walk around, see the park, see what it has to offer, enjoy yourself. I love just walking around Universal and Islands and exploring. So 2 days will be 2 days at each park will be perfect. And you're staying at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is absolutely amazing. You are basically just steps away from all the fun. For HHN, definitely do Stay and Scream. So since you will have a park ticket, you can get in. You don't have to get there like super early in the morning. Get there by like 3:30, 4, and do the Stay and Scream. I just wrote an article on themeparktoday.com. If you want to check that out, I wrote all about Stay and Scream and everything you need to know for that. So I'll link that in the description as well. Next question, how many times a year do you go to Disney? So I actually grew up going to Disney every single year. My parents took me every single year. I was so lucky to go to Disney so many times, and I made the best memories there. I had like the best childhood going to Disney every year. So I used to go once a year. I had an annual pass for Disney, and I am actually letting my Disney pass expire. We'll go to Disney every now and then now, but Universal is where I mostly go when I'm in Orlando. What is a Halloween Horror Nights show or movie house you would love to see next year, even including movies or houses they have already done before? Well, this year actually, The Weeknd is coming back to HHN Hollywood, and that was another question I got. Are you going to HHN Hollywood? No, but it has been on like the top of my head this whole week. I want to go to HHN Hollywood so bad this year, but I physically don't think I have any time. No, trust me, like literally, it's Wednesday today. I was like, so if I hop on a flight right now, will I make it out there for Friday HHN? I'm so tempted. I love The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd house that was in Orlando. That year I actually did Orlando and Hollywood HHN. I loved Hollywood HHN. So I'm very tempted to go to HHN Hollywood this year, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it happen. So I would like to see another HHN house come back to Orlando. But I would also, like on top of that, before that, above that, I would love, love, love to see this house come to Halloween Horror Nights, and that is a Lady Gaga themed house. Mic drop. Like, how sick would that be? Rah, rah, ah, ah, ah. And, you know, ah, oh my God, that would be so good. Me and my friends at Theme Parks Today always talk about this, how if there was ever a Lady Gaga house, we would actually move to Orlando and just do it. Like every night of HHN, we'd just be like lapping the Lady Gaga house. That would be so cool. So that is definitely my top house. Okay, this is a question that my printer cut off, so bear with me. I have never been to Universal Orlando. Is the first week of December a good or bad time to go? This is one of the best times to go, so you'll have a great time. Favorite roller coaster? Hagrid's is the best coaster, in my opinion. I know a lot of people say Velocicoaster, Velocicoaster, Velocicoaster. I love the Velocicoaster, but Hagrid's is just, it's incredible. Like the theming, the intensity, it's not too intense, but it's the right amount of intense for a family coaster, even though it's not really a family coaster because it's pretty intense. Like it really takes off the surprises. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because the first time I brought my mom on Hagrid's, I didn't tell her about some of the surprises in the ride, if you know what I mean, like what it does. And it was so good. I don't like telling anybody I go on with if they have never been on, because their look on their face, I always like look over. They're always shocked every time. So just that, like, there's nothing like it in my opinion. Velocicoaster, you can copy and paste it. Hagrid's is truly one of a kind, and I'm excited to see what coasters, well, we know what coasters they're putting into Epic Universe, but I'm excited to see what they're like, because I know they're going to be like Hagrid's, like that Curse of the Werewolf ride. I think it'll be really, really amazing theming like Hagrid's. So yes, Hagrid's is my favorite roller coaster. I also have to give a shout out to Storm Runner at Hershey Park. Hershey Park has amazing coasters. Storm Runner just has a special place in my heart. I don't know, I think it's so fun. Will you go to Epic Universe as soon as it opens? Yes. I feel feel like my life is on hold waiting for Epic Universe to open. I'm waiting for that opening date. So Universal, I'll be ready. I want to be there. I want to be there more than anything. Is HHN better rain or dry? Y'all, I said it in my last podcast. And if you watched, you know, I said, I have a good feeling about opening night this year. I said, I don't think it's gonna rain. And it didn't rain. Woo! Finally, we went to an opening night of Halloween Horror Nights without rain. It drizzled for like 4 seconds, but nothing bad at all. So HHN is better when it's dry, but the chances of it raining are high. So if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights, be sure to pack a poncho. But I am personally glad that it didn't rain on opening night, but we still have some more HHN dates coming up this season. So, you know, the rain curse isn't over yet. Best HHN house and why? I loved Slaughter Cinema. If you're talking about this year, I love Slaughter Cinema too so much. That house was amazing. If you want to check it out, check out that video. We go inside all of the houses. Why? Because I feel like it really was a tribute to Universal with the holidays, Mardi Gras, Christmas, Jaws, the Mummy. It was really great. When are you going on a Disney cruise? So guys, I actually have never been on a cruise before. So take that as you will. Have you ever been on a cruise or Disney cruise? Do you think I should go on one? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I said to myself, you know what? If Universal puts out a ship, I'll be on that ship. So let's leave it at that. Am I going to the Magic Kingdom Halloween party? I got another question about that too. And something else that I have actually never done before is go to the Magic Kingdom Halloween party. I went to Boo Bash in 2021, and that was like the COVID version of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but I'd never actually been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Whenever we went, like I said earlier in this episode, every time we went down to Florida, it was either during the summer or my birthday, which is Christmas time. So we never did the Halloween party. So no, I'm not going this year. And I've actually never been. Maybe one year I'll go and I'll do it. Which annual pass do you suggest for Universal? I got this question a few times too. We have preferred, but thinking about Premier. I have the preferred pass. The Premier pass allows you to have express pass after 4 p.m. I personally am always mostly try to be there on times where the crowds are lower and it won't be as crowded. So I don't feel like I need that. And I'm very happy with my annual pass for Universal. It's like the best purchase ever. But no matter what pass you're getting, I highly recommend looking into getting a Universal annual pass because they give you so many great perks like hotel rates, discounts on food, they have pass holder appreciation days, special pass holder nights. You really can't go wrong. And you get a pass holder lounge, so when it's 4 billion degrees in Florida, you can cool off a little bit in the pass holder lounge, charge your phone. That's great. What is my favorite amusement park to go to? I love Universal, you guys. I love Universal. Outside of Florida, I love Hershey Park. I say this all the time. I think Hershey Park outside of Disney and Universal is like the best. I've never been to Dollywood. I really, really, really want to go there though. But right now, Universal and Hershey Park. Oh, and I love Knoebels too. Knoebels is so much fun. It's a free admission park. The food is great. It's reasonably priced. Check out my video from Knoebels. You won't want to miss that one. This is a fun question. All the hotels you stayed at are now Monopoly hotels. Which are you buying? I've said this before in a bunch of my videos, but I love Royal Pacific. I don't know why. I love the vibe. I love the smell of that hotel. It's a good one. So I would say I would buy Royal Pacific, and I'd be really rich if I owned Royal Pacific. So this is one of those unhinged questions. It just said, do you hate Six Flags? No, I don't hate Six Flags. Last year I had a season pass to Six Flags Great Adventure. Just because honestly, the parking for Six Flags is so expensive that getting a season pass was worth the one visit that I did. So I haven't been this year, but I've been meaning to go to Six Flags New England. Haven't gotten up there, but no, I do not hate Six Flags. Favorite Epcot sweet and drink. I like the grapefruit beer in Germany, which is actually funny because I'm not a beer drinker, but the grapefruit beer is so good. And sweet treat, oh, there's so many good ones in Epcot. The caramel popcorn is great. Right off the top of my head, that's the first thing that comes to my head. But what's yours? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. This is the last question. Out of past HHN experiences you never did, which one would you like to experience? So this is a good question. I would really like to experience, if I could go back in time, if I got in my DeLorean and went back in time, I would go to Halloween Horror Nights 1991. Well, actually it was called Fright Nights 1991. The first ever spooky event in Universal was called Fright Nights, a year after the park opened, and then in 1992, it switched to Halloween Horror Nights. But I would have loved to go to that first Fright Nights. How cool, especially to see it today, how much it's changed, how much it's grown. Back then they had one house. Crazy. Okay, let's take a break and head, yeah, I need a sip of my Starbucks. So let's take a break and go to UKP with your KP Quick.
This is the best $11 I've spent at a theme park.
This is KP's Quicks, spilling all the tea in 60 seconds or less.
In Universal City Walk, Big Fire has a showstopper. The PB&J Baked Alaska is a creamy peanut butter ice cream with a Concord grape jelly core, graham cracker crust, meringue, and it's torched tableside. This totally changed the game for dining at Big Fire and might just be the best dessert I've had at any restaurant, period. Would you try this out?
And we're back. Okay, now we are moving on to the personal questions. Let's see what we got here. When will we see Krystal Palace go international? So I actually went to Italy this year and it was an amazing trip. I didn't vlog too much. I do have a video for channel members, for my quartz and my diamond level members. If you're a channel member, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. So shout out to you. But if you're a quartz or diamond level member, you got to see that exclusive video from the Italian wedding. So that's why we went to Italy. We went for a wedding. It was the most amazing wedding that I've ever been to. Seriously, I don't know how any wedding is going to be able to top that. The food, oh my goodness, I dream of this. They had fresh mozzarella balls, in it was just perfection. They had this fried dough with sauce and cheese on it. This is all the cocktail hour and I dream about it every day. And the dessert, they made the cake there in these little lemon delight balls of goodness. So that was not the question, but I have to just mention that amazing wedding. So we were in Italy and we are potentially going back to Europe next year, next spring, maybe. Any road trips planned? Actually, yes. So we are heading on a big trip next month. Stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. We are doing another road trip. The last road trip we did was from New York. Well, the last big road trip, I should say, we did was from New York and we went down the East Coast. So we went to Charlotte, North Carolina. We went to Wilmington, North Carolina. We went to Charleston, South Carolina. We went to Savannah, Georgia, and back home up to New York. This past May, we did a little road trip too. I can't forget about that. We drove 9 hours and 9.5 hours to Raleigh, North Carolina for the New York Rangers. And that was so much fun. I missed that time in my life so much. Oh, the Rangers were they were good, and it just makes me emotional, but that's a story for another day. So yes, we do have a road trip planned. It's a part of a big trip that we're doing next month, and we are headed out west. So KP goes west. Yeehaw! We're not going to that western part, but we are going west, and we are hitting states that we've never done before. And like I said, it's my goal to hit all the states before I turn 30. So I got a lot of work to do. Look, we're going to be hitting 1, 2, 3, 4 new states this trip. So you got to stay tuned to the Krystal Palace to see where we're off to. I'm excited for that. So if you have any road trip tips, let me know, because we'll need it. I told Joey, Joey will be on next week, by the way, so stay tuned. Next week's episode will be a happy birthday Joey Palace episode, so he can weigh in on this. But we were planning our road trip. I was like, Joey, let's rent an RV. Like, how fun would that be? I love the movie RV. If you've ever seen it, you know how awesome it is. And he was like, I don't think we're cut out for the RV life. I was like, could you imagine me driving an RV? Like, it would be a disaster. So we did not rent an RV, but I would love to do that one day. Yeah. Can you give us a hint to where you are traveling next? Let me see what hint I can give without giving it away. Oh, okay. There's one thing I want to do at this place where it involves me jumping off of a very tall something. Where are you from? New York. If you couldn't tell by my accent, that I get comments on a lot, but I can't tell that I have an accent. So I don't know. I don't hear it, but apparently people do because they always comment on it. This is another question that my printer really botched here. So I had to write it in myself. More horse tracks? I would love to. If you don't know, I posted a video. We went to Saratoga racetrack this past summer, and we had so much fun there betting on the horses. Joey physically lost his $60 because he forgot to take the slip out of the machine. I can't, but it was fun. So yeah, that would be fun to do. How are you? Thank you so much for asking that. I am doing well. I love making YouTube videos, and that's what keeps me going. So thank you all for watching them. So I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Let me know in the comments. Any plans on living in Orlando full time? So we kind of touched on this on Joey Palace's first episode, so be sure to go back and watch that. This was a good one. What life accomplishment are you most proud of? And good question. I would say just doing the Krystal Palace. Like, I had a track record of not really like sticking with anything that I did, and I've been doing KP now for 3 years, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I love it so much, and just like this community of us chatting together means the world to me. So thank you so much for watching and commenting and liking, and that's my biggest accomplishment, guys. Not to get emo, but what part of Italy is your family from? Different parts of Italy, but mostly Sicily and the South. Represent. This is a question for sure. Are you single? No. Where did you get that? I wasn't really sure what that was, but the picture that I posted on Instagram was me sipping this mug, so maybe they meant this mug, and it's on my spread shop. You can get a Krystal Palace certified donut lover merchandise here. And how did you get into content creation full-time and to where you are now? So I do not do content full-time, although it would be really cool. I do work full-time, and this is kind of like my side passion project that I do. So yeah, to where I am now, I don't know where I am now, honestly, but I'm just trying to do my best. I'm just trying to do my best out here. I'm working, and then after work, I work on Krystal Palace pretty much all night until I fall asleep, or it's time to watch Big Brother. But I have so much fun. Like I said in one of these episodes already, I work fully remote, so it gives me a lot of flexibility to be able to travel and work from wherever, which is really great. And yeah. What is your dream destination? This is a good question. I have been able to go to so many cool places. I love traveling so much. My dream destination was Banff. Like Banff, not that oh my God, I always wanted to go to Banff. That wasn't the case at all. But now that I went, I think about it every single day. It was truly the best trip, the best place on earth. I would go back there in a heartbeat. But one place that I really want to go to that I've never been is I've always wanted to go to Greece. I don't know. It just seems so nice there. I love, it's like so stupid, but I love my Big Fat Greek Wedding movie so much. And that made me always want to go to Greece. So I would love to do Greece one day. And I want to go to Alaska really bad. If anyone's been, let me know, because that's definitely towards the top of my list. And that's going to be a state that's like hard to get for my little bucket list, but Alaska's up there. How did you come up with your name? So my name is Krystal with a K, and I was going down to Disney, and they have, of course, the Krystal Palace there. So I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, that's cool. It'd be cool to have like the Krystal Palace. But also, I feel like it's not just a Disney name. I feel like it's kind of just like the Krystal Palace. It's just like everything, you know. We don't just do Disney, of course. We don't just do theme parks. We don't just do one thing. So the Krystal Palace has kind of turned into just me, the palace of everything. And fun fact, one of my favorite places in New York is Bryant Park. I love going there for Christmas. And at Bryant Park, there used to be a place called Krystal Palace, Krystal with the C Palace. So I just thought it was like a little cute little thing that, ties into the whole Krystal Palace. All right, last set of questions here, guys. How many New York Ranger games will you attend this season? Will you make any road trips to see the Rangers play? Okay, I already am getting upset with this team because I looked for pre-sale tickets for opening night of the Rangers. They're $250 for opening night against the Utah no-names. They don't even have a team name yet, and they want me to spend $250 to go and see them play the Rangers. You know what? That'll perk me up. That'll look at me, give me energy, is to talk about the Rangers ticket prices. So I don't know. I hope I can go to a lot of games, but the ticket prices are wild. Sometimes if you get last minute tickets, that's how it works the best. So that's what I usually do. I just wait literally until the last minute. Favorite MLB team? This is like terrible print for me. Favorite MLB team and player? Honestly, my family's Mets fans. I like going to Yankee games. I don't really have a favorite player. I used to love David Wright. Shout out David Wright. That's like, I don't really know. I'm not like that big into baseball, but I enjoy going to Mets and Yankees games. If I had to pick a team, it would be the Mets. M-E-T-S, Mets. No, that's like the Jets thing, right? Meet the Mets. That's the song. Greet the Mets. Okay. Any plans to do more New York Rangers road game vlogs? Is this the same question? Yes, I would love to. We had so much fun going to Raleigh. Like, that was honestly one of our best trips. It could get me like, I could cry right now just thinking about where the Rangers were at that time, and we thought that was a year. Everyone thought that was a year. Even my friends who like aren't really into hockey were like, I really thought this was the year for the Rangers. I'm like, I know, so did I. We all did. We all thought it was. And just like that time in life, I literally said to Joey, I was like, Joey, this might be it, you know? And like one day we can say we drove to Raleigh to see the Rangers play in the second round the year. And we all know how that ended. So, but yeah, we had so much fun. So definitely we would do that again. And that is it, y'all. That was dramatic. I am exhausted. I'm going to watch Big Brother and I'm going to go to sleep. And I hope you do too. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching Tea with KP. Next week, we will have Joey Palace on to celebrate his birthday. Woo! Happy early birthday to Joey Palace. And I'm excited for that episode. This was something different, but I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next week for another Tea with KP. Be sure to give this a big thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe. And Magic Tea Boutique will be in the description. So, good night, everybody. Peace.